Hello everybody, Isamu Sushi here, and I've been collecting some Union Pacific locks. So my grandfather and my father both retired from Union Pacific. This detainer was given to me by my father as well. This is the key to it, so you can see original Union Pacific. And then they are getting ready to move, so he's coming across some other stuff. So right around the time that I started collecting locks, so I purchased, this one came with a key, and this one came with the key. And right about the time I was purchasing all these and trying to get all that worked out, he says, "Hey, I found another lock for you." And it happens to be this nice Adlake R&B department. So the CS21 key, roadway and bridge department, they're all pretty much going to be the same key bitted. And then this one here happens to be the same bidding, but that one came with key, and then anyway, that one came with key. So he shows up and he says, "I got this new padlock for you," and I'm like, "Oh my God, that's amazing!" So fully functional. The next day he calls me and he says, "Hey, I found more keys for you." So I got all these keys from the railroad and my grandfather. Not all are Union Pacific because they did go east with other places. So this one's kind of a cool skeleton key here, if I can fold it out there. So you can see that one there is pretty cool. But we got all of these keys here. And then, like I said, the only one that came with the key was this one and this one. So I was able to get keys for pretty much everything here. So first of all, we got this Union Pacific, the Overland Route. I did a quick short on this one, unboxing. Lever lock, you can see, nice lever lock. Does have to be relocked, just like your standard European, more like. 2 keys as well. And then we have these guys. Now these are #1 switch bridge or #1 switch locks. So you can see this one here is my disappointing one. It's a really nice lock, but springs inside are shot. You can see this one's toast, and inside, if it rattles, no good. So you can just drop the bolt out of the way and it'll open. However, it technically does lock. Oh, maybe if I can get the bolt to drop. So there, it's locked. And then you put the key in and you can unlock it. Not sure what I'm going to do with it. I might keep it just as is. So it's a good, you know, railroad collectible. I'm not sure. Then you've got these Adlakes. This is galvanized, so you can see Union Pacific Railroad #1. That's just the patent number, the 2040482. And that's going to be the same on all of these sheet metal stamped type Adlakes. And then this is a #1 switch, same as this one. So you can see either... doesn't matter, I got 2 there, I got 2 there, I've got 1 here, I've got 1 here. So any of those keys will work. Nice spring loaded. And then these ones will relock. So you can just unlock it, take your key, and then relock it when you're ready. Same thing on this nice solid brass one. There we go, and you can see Union Pacific Railroad #1 switch, patent 2040482, same patent number. And then come over here and you have your R&B, which is the CS21. Yeah, so they call it the R&B department, CS21. And that's that same flat key there, or so not the same as this, but straight key instead of the figure 9 or P, looking at it in the lock. So you got that one there. my dad just gave me. And then we've got this one here, which I did have to realign the, oh, I got that all twisted up. I did have to realign the shackle spring to catch in this little groove, but once I did this, I got it functioning almost like brand new. Crazy. And then I started getting into the American, so then I decided to get an American 600. Picked it, popped the core and everything. However, you cannot disassemble the core. This uses the little dimple retaining inside, so there's a little spring-loaded dimple you got to push down and then push the core out. But there's permanent pins, and I did not want to permanently damage that core. Also, if you look at this keyway, it is not an American lock. It is a Schlage keyway. However, it is American lock spacing and bitting. So I had no way to decode it. I didn't want to impression it because SC20 keyway or keys are not necessarily thick and heavy duty. So forcing them over and over in a keyway, you're likely just going to break your key. So what I was able to do is I was able to find a 700. I was able to pick open, and luckily enough, fully guttable core. And with that, I was able to make my own keys. And of course, they are railroad locks, so of course they are keyed the same. So there you go. That's how I was able to get my keys for my Union Pacific Railroad Series 600 and my Union Pacific Railroad Series 700. And then back to the, what they would call environmental padlocks. These are just very simple 3-disc detainers. And the reason they call them environmentals is because pretty much anything you do to these things, they will open. They can be packed with dirt, dig it out with a stick. If you can get the key in, it will turn and it will open. A lot of times you will see big marks on the sides of the outsides of these things. And that is because the only thing that really freezes them up or seizes them is ice. So if you get enough water and it freezes inside, so what do? They stick a road flare to it and they let the road flare bake it, melt it until they can shove the key in. And then once they can shove the key in, guess what? It's going to open for them. So that's the Sargent and Greenleaf disc detainers. And I was able to find 2 almost brand new ones. So you can see right there, Union Pacific Railroad 02, which is the 102 key. And then over here, now these did not come with keys, but I was lucky enough to have my own. This one's got a chain on it. A little bit newer models than this one here. And then you can see once again, Union Pacific 02, Sargent and Greenleaf. And these things are just in amazing condition. Look at the shackles. Never been used. They maybe have sat in a warehouse and got a little rust on them, but you can see they've never been out in the weather. There's no rust in between the chain here where water would puddle out in the wild. And then this one's never even had a chain cinched to it. I'm pretty sure this one was cut off, but I'm not certain how that came to be. So yeah, I was able to come across those ones there. So anyway, kind of a lot going on here. If you like this kind of stuff, don't forget to like and subscribe. You may see more. I am not going to, buff these locks out and recondition them like people like to see me do. I did do that on the steel ones. I used just the Never Dull Eagle 1 on them just to get any small rust spots where they may have sat in a spot. You can see there's a little spot right there that rubbed away the outer enamel and there was a little rust. So yeah, I mean, I cleaned them up, but just on those ones there, railroad collectors are going to want the patina. The patina is going to tell them, that one, it's authentic and how old it is. And especially when you've got original keys with it. So hopefully there'll be some more locks to come to match these keys that do not match any of these locks down here. So we have some more, and I hope you enjoy. Took a lot to put together, making all the keys for these, getting everything cleaned up, everything kind of aligned with my dad finding this lock, finding all the extra keys. So pretty amazing. Thank you to everybody that follows. I appreciate every one of you. Everybody take care. Have a great day. Be kind to one another. Let's take the higher route and let's be kind. Have a great one, everyone. Take care. Hey, oh, I almost forgot. Okay, so the seller of this lock that had the key and everything, great communication. I just wanted to give them a shout out. So the seller, JENNY 2182. So Jenny 2182. Thank you so much. There were others, and I will try to post their names in the description in case you want to check them out, because there are some excellent people with some excellent locks if you would like to go check them out, and great communication so that you can kind of trust who you're buying from. So thank you very much to the people that sold me the locks and worked with me. I appreciate all of you, and I will try to remember to post all of you in the descriptions. Thank you so much. Take care, everyone.